the song of love. Is about two people who are, you say, crossed in love. He love her and she love him, but they cannot be married because they are, how you say, husband and wife. And is entitled Ma crêpe Suzette, which means a flaming hot dish. So is Suzette. En est soin qui mal y pense, faites-vous jour et connaissance, Hammersmith palais des danses, badinage ma crêpe Suzette, du blanc tendre restaurant de Jacques Cousteau et fin de rente, où aille la plume des matantes. C'est la vie, ma crêpe Suzette. Crossage, massage, frère Jacques, salon, par avion, pète la claque. Fiancés ensemble, lorgnette, lingerie de toilette, gauloise, cigarette, entourage, ma crêpe Suzette, citron, mirage, carvel, eau d'œuvre, brute et Chanel, chaise longe, sachet d'Estelle, fuselage, ma crêpe Suzette, pince-nez, bidet, commissionnaire, mon repos, Brigitte Bardot, je songe frontière. That's a knockout, isn't it? The French, I mean, not the... Faut pas grand prix, espionnage, gruyère, camembert, fromage, mayonnaise, all night, garage, RSVP, ma crêpe Suzette.
The Man Behind the Mirth. A biography of Kenneth Williams. Kenneth Williams, the name conjures a rapid-fire delivery of jokes, a flaring nostril, and a voice that could switch from a piercing falsetto to a guttural growl in a heartbeat. More than just a comedian, Williams was an institution, a uniquely British performer who both captivated and confounded audiences for decades. However, behind the iconic screen persona lay a complex and often tormented individual, battling insecurities, frustrations, and a deep-seated loneliness that belied the outward exuberance. This is the story of Kenneth Williams, the man behind the mirth, a fascinating and contradictory figure whose legacy continues to fascinate. Born in Islington, London, on February 22, 1926, Kenneth Charles Williams was the only child of Louisa Alexandria, a hairdresser, and Charles George Williams, a part-time taxi driver. His early life was marked by a close, somewhat suffocating relationship with his mother, a strong-willed and possessive woman who exerted a powerful influence over him throughout his life. His father, on the other hand, remained a more distant figure, adding to Williams' inherent sense of insecurity and a desperate need for approval. Growing up in a working-class environment, Williams was a bright and precocious child, excelling in elocution and showing an early aptitude for performance. He was fascinated by the theatre and frequented the local cinema, immersing himself in the world of make-believe. His natural flair for mimicry and his innate theatricality were apparent from a young age, and he actively sought opportunities to perform, joining amateur dramatic societies and school productions. Even at this early stage, the seeds of his future career were being sown. After leaving school, Williams initially followed in his father's footsteps and worked as an apprentice hairdresser. However, his heart was not in it. He yearned for the stage and continued to pursue his passion for acting. He was called up for national service during World War II, serving in the Royal Army Ordnance Corps. While the experience was initially daunting, it proved to be pivotal in his development as a performer. He joined the Combined Services Entertainment Unit, where he honed his comedic skills and gained invaluable experience performing for troops stationed abroad. This period provided him with a platform to experiment and refine his act, laying the groundwork for his future success. Upon demobilization, Williams returned to London and dedicated himself to pursuing a career in acting. He secured small roles in repertory theatre, gaining valuable experience and learning his craft. He developed a distinctive style, characterized by his precise diction, exaggerated gestures, and sharp wit. He was a versatile performer, equally adept at comedic and dramatic roles, although it was his comedic talent that would ultimately define his career. The breakthrough came in 1954 when Williams joined the cast of Hancock's Half Hour, a hugely popular radio comedy show starring Tony Hancock. He quickly became a firm favorite with listeners, his distinctive voice and eccentric characters adding a unique flavor to the program. His characterizations, often camp and flamboyant, were a hit with the audience, and his quick-fire delivery and improvisational skills allowed him to hold his own alongside the established Hancock. This role catapulted Williams to national fame and established him as a comedic force to be reckoned with. However, the success of Hancock's Half Hour was not without its challenges. Williams was acutely aware that he was playing a supporting role, and he yearned for greater recognition and creative control. He felt stifled by the format and the dominance of Hancock, leading to tensions and frustrations that eventually contributed to his departure from the show. Following his departure from Hancock's Half Hour, Williams continued to work in radio, television, and theatre, solidifying his reputation as one of Britain's leading comedic actors. He was a regular panelist on the BBC radio comedy show Just a Minute, where his quick wit, encyclopedic knowledge, and acerbic observations made him a formidable opponent. His contributions to the show further enhanced his profile and cemented his status as a national treasure. However, it was his association with the Carry On film series that would truly define his career and solidify his place in British cinematic history. He appeared in 26 of the Carry On films, becoming one of its most recognizable and beloved stars. His portrayals of a variety of eccentric and often outrageous characters, delivered with his trademark panache and impeccable timing, were a major factor in the film's enduring popularity. While the Carry On films brought him immense fame and financial security, Williams harbored mixed feelings about them. He was proud of his contribution to the series and enjoyed the camaraderie of the cast and crew. However, he also felt that the films were often formulaic and intellectually undemanding. He longed for more challenging and artistically rewarding roles, fearing that his association with the Carry On films would limit his opportunities to explore his full potential as an actor. Despite his success, Williams struggled with deep-seated insecurities and a pervasive sense of loneliness. He was a complex and intensely private individual, fiercely protective of his personal life. He was notoriously secretive about his sexuality, a subject that was rarely discussed openly during his lifetime. While he never publicly identified as gay, It was widely understood that he was homosexual, a fact that he kept carefully guarded due to the social stigma associated with homosexuality at the time. His personal life was further complicated by his close relationship with his mother. He lived with her for most of his adult life, and her constant presence and strong opinions often exerted a controlling influence over him. While he loved his mother dearly, their relationship was often fraught with tension and resentment. He felt trapped by his obligations to her, and he longed for greater independence and freedom. Throughout his life, Williams kept detailed diaries, which provide a fascinating and often poignant insight into his inner thoughts and feelings. The diaries reveal a man of immense intelligence, wit, and sensitivity, but also a man plagued by self-doubt, anxiety, and a deep-seated fear of failure. They offer a very raw and unflinching portrait of a complex and contradictory individual grappling with the challenges of fame, identity, and personal fulfillment. Kenneth Williams died on April 15, 1988, at the age of 62. His death was initially attributed to an accidental overdose of barbiturates, but the exact circumstances remain shrouded in mystery. Some have speculated that his death may have been a suicide, but this has never been definitively proven. Regardless of the cause, his death marked the end of an era in British comedy and left a void that has never been truly filled. Kenneth Williams was more than just a comedian, he was a cultural icon, a uniquely British performer whose talent and personality continue to resonate with audiences today. His legacy extends beyond his iconic roles in Hancock's Half Hour and Carry On films. He was a master of language, a gifted improviser, and a brilliant character actor. However, behind the laughter and the flamboyant persona lay a complex and often tormented individual. He was a man of immense intelligence and sensitivity, but also a man plagued by insecurities, frustrations, and a deep-seated loneliness. His life was a constant struggle between the public persona and the private self, a battle that ultimately defined his character and shaped his legacy. Kenneth Williams was a true original, a comedic genius whose contribution to British entertainment is immeasurable. He remains a beloved and enduring figure, whose work continues to bring joy and laughter to audiences around the world. His story is a testament to the power of talent, perseverance, and the enduring appeal of a truly unique and unforgettable performer. He was, and remains, the irreplaceable Kenneth Williams.